Good morning. It is 8 a.m. This is my YouTube channel. My name is Kendahl Landreth. I do comedy here on the internet, characters, skits as the elders would call it. And today I'm going to be reacting to the Wonka trailer. It just dropped yesterday. I haven't seen it. And I was like, I would love for you to join me in watching it. Sorry if I'm whispering. I hope you can hear me. Everyone in my house is ultimately asleep. Before we get started in watching this trailer, please, I'm desperately begging you to subscribe. All right, let's get started.
I spent the past 7 years traveling the world perfecting my craft.
I'm so sorry. I know that Timothée Chalamet is probably 32 years old or something. He looks 12 to me, and it makes me uncomfortable. I see this, and my instinct is to be like, oh, he's playing Charlie. I know because I've seen articles and people talk about it that he is, in fact, Willy Wonka. I don't know. He looks like a child to me. This feels like weird casting, and maybe it's just because I haven't seen the old Willy Wonka in a long time, but I'm pretty sure Gene Wilder was still like a full adult. I know that Timothée Chalamet is an adult. I don't mean to be rude. The reality is he's not going to watch this. And if he is, I'm sorry. Looking young is a good thing, especially in the acting world. And Timothy, I know you know that, but this makes me feel weird. Oh my God, is that how chocolate beans grow? Because if so, I'm ordering a raised bed on Amazon now. Now, because I want that.
So quiet up and listen down. Nope, scratch that. Reverse it.
Mr. Wonka, I can see you're a man of great.
Why is this chocolate bar wrapped in burlap? Is that what they used to do? Because it looks ridiculous. You're telling me they didn't have paper, and what was this, the 70s? When did this take place? I wouldn't pay a quarter for that.
What are you doing?
I'm making chocolate, of course.
I'm making chocolate.
Many people have come here to sell chocolate. They've all been crushed by the chocolate cartel. You can't get a shop without selling chocolate, and you can't sell chocolate without a shop.
No daydreaming.
What are we gonna do, Willie?
Is that Charlie? Is that little girl Charlie? She's very cute.
I know things haven't been easy for you. They're gonna get better.
You promise?
I pinky promise. That's the most solemn vow there is.
Where do we start?
A good chocolate is simple.
Where's this?
It's just weird. What's happening? Oh, that's a chocolate that makes it
Are they in a bank? Why does all of this take place in a bank? This looks like a big bank. I don't see a single cream-filled mushroom, but I'm very jealous. I've always wanted to levitate. I wanted so badly. I just went on an Alaskan cruise, and I saw that Jojo Siwa had gone on an Alaskan cruise and done one of those skydiving tubes where you get in and it like makes you go up in the air from all the air that pushes out of it. I was asking around on Norwegian. I said, Norwegian cruise, do you have one of these levitating skydiving machines? And they were like, absolutely not. And I was devastated.
Who's for Hamilton?
Nothing to see here. Just a small group of people defying the laws of
Wow.
gravity.
The costume design in this is incredible. And I think it might win an Oscar. Although I am terrible at guessing what movies are qualified to win an Oscar. I'm similar to my dad in that way. He called me a couple years ago. He was like, Kendahl, I know what movie is going to win movie of the year at the Oscars. I was like, oh my God, Dad, what movie? Tell me the name. I look it up. It's a made-for-TV film, so already disqualified from being in the Oscars. It is a film about the childhood of Dolly Parton. And he said not only would it win Best Film, but the 4-year-old actress would win Best Actress. She didn't. He also thought Glee was the best show ever made. And I think that's very beautiful. But the costumes are just good. I mean, look, so colorful, none the same.
My name is Willy Wonka. It's good, too good.
Oh, that's me waiting for my DoorDash. I'm like, take the photo of my food and let me get my Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh my God, a cotton candy trampoline. Sign me up. They've got me hooked in.
What has ever seen? So you're the funny little man who's been following me.
I will have you know that I am a perfectly respectable size for an Oompa Loompa.
An Uber what now?
Allow me to refresh your memory.
Oh, I don't think I want to hear that.
Too late. I've started dancing
They
now.
always do this in movie trailers. There's always one joke or little bit they do where all the music stops and they do a very mediocre joke that is not funny. Especially they do it in Marvel films where it'll be like crash, 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 everything's exploding. And then it cuts to a guy and he's like, I'm too old for this. Okay, here are my thoughts. I loved it. I think it's so fun. I think it's magical and whimsical and beautiful. And do I think that I'm going to like it as much as I did the Gene Wilder version? Honestly, I'm sorry. The Johnny Depp version, I'm just going to pretend doesn't exist because I hated that movie and it freaked me out. And I didn't like when he got headgear because I had headgear as a child and it made me feel at the time, I just didn't want to see anyone else with headgear because I hated my headgear. But the Gene Wilder version was a huge part of my childhood. I watched it so much, I was obsessed with it. But I was also like 7 years old. So how can I possibly expect this film to bring me as much wonder and excitement as the Gene Wilder version did? Because I'm not 7 years old anymore. But I think it's important to remember that children are going to watch this and it's going to be such a core memory for them. They're going to be obsessed with it. Everyone's kind of roasting the acting. I feel like it was fine, except the part when he said, I'm making chocolate, of course. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. But it was a choice, and I love to see a choice being made. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be great. I just hate when people are like, this is never going to compare to the original. This is not as good as this. Or people will say, Disney shows are not how they were when we were kids. And I'm like, yeah, because you're not 8 years old. Thank you so much for watching this with me. I was like, I've got to watch this trailer, and I wanted you to join me for it, so I appreciate you taking the time to do so. Put in the comments if you were going to see this movie or what you thought about the trailer. There's no wrong answers in the comments. That is a rule for me. No wrong answers or opinions in the comments, unless it's a negative opinion about me, and then it is wrong because I'm a treat and a half. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, do all of those things, and I will see you next week.